Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Tim Meyer, here for the Romeo Sports Recap, powered by the Mitt TV. Remember, this show is available on both YouTube and Spotify. And before we begin, a word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and can even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. That's mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Romeo Sports Recap Show. I'm here with Romeo varsity hockey coach Matt Burke. And Matt, it's hockey already.
Yeah, came. It doesn't end really, but yeah, it came around pretty fast again.
Yeah, and you guys have started. You've played 4 games in a scrimmage basically, but you were up north for the first 2 games, and I had some tough games there. They were close, and you guys fell a little short, and then you came back home. And you've won 2 straight, so you've evened your record at 2-2. Kind of give us your thoughts and impressions so far this season.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do that road trip at the beginning of the year. It was by design. I know that the Bay Reps and Alpena are good teams, and Alpena was their home rink, so we're playing them in their barn. That's never easy. Obviously, we protect our barn pretty good too. I think we only lost once or twice last year. So, going on the road 3-4 hours away, playing those teams, tough teams. I just kind of wanted to see what we were made of. I kind of had an idea we'd be okay. And yeah, we fought hard. Those games were close. I mean, the first game, I think that we it could have went either way. We just couldn't really finish. And Alpena, that one, they're a tough team. We're going to see them late in March, and I think they could make a run. I think they're Division 2 or 3. I think they might be 3, but they're a good, tough team. So honestly, coming home, I was okay with it. I knew that the MAC play started the next weekend, and that's what we really want to focus on is like the MAC and the regional play. But I wanted to go up there and just get a tough road trip against 2 good teams and start the season out that way. Instead of playing a couple games at home to start it off, I wanted to kind of build a little bit of character on the road.
And so how do you think this team is molding into, or what do you think they're molding into? What can you see in your sort of seasoned knowledge of high school hockey?
I think we responded well. I do. We got a tough team. I mean, ever since I've been here, they've always been, physically, mentally tough. We got, I think, like 10 seniors on the team, so that always helps. And they kind of right the ship when it's going wrong. Like when we got home and we're 0-2, no one was, down, or no one thought like, oh, okay, it's like we were just right back to work. We knew that was going to be a tough weekend. We knew those were good teams. And we knew that, it could have been 1-1 or 2-0 out of it, too, from that weekend. It was a close game. So we didn't embarrass ourselves. We gave it our all, and we fought hard. So we just kind of got back home and right to work, had a good week of practices. I didn't have Mateo or Mitch for that too, which honestly, as a head coach, like not having your assistants there, like it's a big difference. It really is. Yeah. Mr. Burkett helped me out. He did a great job. He coaches the fall, so the kids know him and stuff. But that was not having your guys there. That kind of hurt. But other than like
were they holding out for meal money or what?
I mean, I think it was hunting season.
They got elk up there in Alpena, don't they?
Yeah, well, he was, he's with his dad and his brothers have that tradition. So, and Mateo had to work, but they'll be at the rest of the stuff, and it is different with them. But yeah, honestly, no one got down from it. No one thought about it too much. Just took it on the chin, and we said, hey, like we're just gonna, keep going. We had a good couple weeks of practices. And then, last weekend we opened up with Anchor Bay and Utica, and we took care of them in the MAC. So that's what we got to do. We just got to keep going forward. Learn, be better every game, learn from every game. We watch film on the game, so we just got to keep doing our best and moving forward. So that's what we're going to do.
Let's talk about the teams like you said, what you want to focus in on is the league. Who are the teams in your league, and who do you think is going to give you the most problems?
You know what? The MAC it's so competitive, honestly. Like it really is. I think that you know what? I mean, honestly, I think everyone wants a piece of us. I think that we're the team to beat for.
So they get up when they play you guys.
I think we get everyone's best game. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that with the success we've had, 2 out of the last 3 years we won the regional and the MAC, and teams, when they see Romeo, they're going to give us their best shot. I think that we definitely are the target. With that being said, I think I think Ike looked pretty good. I saw them play Anchor Bay after us. They looked pretty strong. I know St. Clair Shores is pretty strong. I know Nick does a good job over there. Yeah, it's the Lakeview, Lakeshore, and
yeah, they all unite.
They're united. Yeah, they're good. We play them Friday, so that'll be a good match. That'll be a good game. So we're looking forward to that. And then Saturday we play Jenison, so another stranger, but they work hard. Met their coach and they just work hard. They have like 13, 14 guys. At least last year they did, and they're forechecking. They're coming at you in waves, so it'll be a good weekend. But as for the MAC, yeah, I mean, I kind of got my eye on Shores and maybe Ike. I know Ike's in the red, Shores in the white, but I think anyone can really give you a game on no matter what day. Like the MAC's pretty competitive, honestly. I'm pretty proud that collectively as a group, I think that we're getting more respect around the whole of the state, because we play each other and we want to beat each other up. But then when we watch them play other teams, we're rooting for the MAC teams, because that's us. So I think we've done a good job of just like making it a better, conference and making it really tough. So.
Well, you started this year. You don't have last year's captain Spencer Gross with you this year's squad. He's moved on to play hockey at another level. But who do you look for? He was the captain. Who do you look for as leaders on this year's team?
Yeah, well, I was fortunate because we got 10 seniors and a lot of leaders. Drew Basha and Lincoln Lipasek are my captains, and then the assistants is Dylan Basha and Noah Sarek. So those guys are good leaders. But I have 6 other seniors on the team that are some lead by example. Some aren't afraid to speak up and talk, but the fact that we're an older team, I think that transition was pretty smooth. When you have one older guys that they've all been there before. They all have at least one. Most have 2, but all have at least one MAC and one regional title. So it's the team came together pretty good, and like the leadership and how old we are. I think that's. Honestly, I'm lucky to have that because, like you said, with Spencer leaving, they had a little void, but I think we just kind of picked right back up out of
filled it in.
Just filled in really quick, really smooth.
Yeah.
10 seniors, that's what's going to happen. We have 20 guys in the roster, half of them are seniors, so I expect that from them, and I think that goes to show you kind of like how the first weekend when we lost, we battled back. They're just tested, they're battle tested. Like they're not just going to roll over. Like they know what to expect from this team, and I know what to expect from them. So,
how about defensively? You had some concern. Yeah, and Nick Weirs is gone, and he was pretty solid for you last year.
Yep.
How about defensively? How did your impressions so far this year?
Defensively, we're pretty solid. We have stuff we got to work on, just like any other team, but we got guys back there that work really hard. I think Noah's probably our main guy back there. His brother Seth, when he gets back, because Seth's hurt right now, that will help out. Liam Hicks is a good physical player. I think Drew Roth got a lot better. Volpe got a lot better. Kuzi, I love him. He just goes.
He's not afraid to go face first.
He goes 100 miles an hour.
He's not afraid to just.
It's like that at practice and the games. I mean, he's incredible. I love that kid. And then we picked up Xander Lukai, Xander is a very skilled defenseman. He's younger, but he's got a lot of skill, a lot of upside. So we'll be, I'm looking forward to seeing like what he could do down the road.
Now you're a little bit short. Yeah, I mean you have a great starting goaltender. Landon D'Angelo's played excellent the game that I saw, but he doesn't really have a backup.
I was thinking about coming out myself, but I don't have any eligibility left, so don't get your hopes up. But what do you do in a situation like that? What if it? Hope.
Well,
God forbid, nothing happens. But
I know.
But,
yeah. I thought about that. That's
you're gonna ride this one.
I we have to really, and Landon's awesome. Like, he's been playing phenomenal.
Does he like that? Is it?
I think he does.
He likes being
I think he does.
Yeah, he likes to be the man, and he likes all the action, right?
He knows that no matter what, he's in that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, listen. My backup plan, I guess. I know Dylan Basha, one of our other captains. He has a little bit of background in that. We just got to get pads for him in the room. But I guess if something happened, we'd have to think of something. But Landon's been great. He's been zoned in this year like I haven't seen him before. The first 2 years, where he had the older goalies in front of him, we gave him his games, but he kind of you could tell he wanted more. And this year, he's
getting it all,
and he knows it. And I think that builds confidence in him. And he played phenomenal. I mean, up north, I thought he played phenomenal, and then when we got back home, he's been playing well. So I really I'm not too worried about it. I just tell him, Landon, stay healthy.
Don't just
when we're bag scanning at the end of practice, if you're you can sit down. I don't want to get you. I don't want to wear you out. But I think he likes it. I think he relishes it. I really do. He's a competitor, and I think he's improved, like, goaltending wise too, but attitude and everything wise, like, he knows he's our guy. And the guys, I think he has the trust of everybody in the room. I really do. Like, we know, kind of like last year when we were riding Cyrus down the road, like, we trusted him. Okay, like, when he's in net, like, we got a chance. And I think Landon kind of, like, took that mantle, and I think that, like, we feel the same way about him. Like, when Landon's in net and he's on his game, like, we got the talent to, like, push it over the line for him for sure.
And he made some key saves for you against Utica Fraser Unified.
Yeah, he did.
On Saturday night. It was pretty spectacular. So I think you've sort of nailed it just right there. He does look a lot different, a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look quickly. Let's quickly go through your schedule. It's a little bit different this year than it normally was. I think you've got a few tournaments. I mean, one is your own.
Yeah.
The Keith Knight tournament that's coming up, but then you go up to Grand Rapids and you got to play up there. It's like, and then
open up with Rockford. Actually, I got the.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Because it has it's like if you win, you go on. We played it. We were in this tournament last year. We won the first game, then we lost to the Orchard Lake, the B team, which, you know what, I think that one kind of got away from us, and then we couldn't make it to the finals. So that one's kind of special because it's like, I want to go back there and I want to win that tournament. We gotta go 2-0. We gotta win. We play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you just gotta keep winning, and then you play in the final. But that's another one. I wanted to get out of town. That's why we did Alpena early, because I didn't want Grand Rapids to be the first tournament that we go and we're playing. So now that we got a little bit of experience going away from home, and staying the night at the hotel and playing in Alpena, I think that we'll be ready for the Grand Rapids tournament. That's a good tournament. I expect us to do well, and I know the host team Sparta is good, and they're on the other side of the bracket too. So if we do good, we'll play them probably in the final. And then we just got a lot of MAC play.
You got some MAC play, but then you're out on the road, like you're going to Marysville, the McMorran Arena in Port Huron. Then you got to go play Dakota at Mount Clemens. That's on the road. Then the Grosse Pointe South looks like Invite.
Yeah,
and that'll be the Eastside Foundation Arena down there. And you finish it. No, you don't finish it. You're still on the road. You play Utica at Fraser, in the stadium there, and then you get the MAC Showcase, which is in Mount Clemens.
Yeah,
and then you come home. Then finally you come home and you get Lake Orion.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Like when I was making the schedule, I was talking to Cody, my AD, and he's like, "We don't got many home games." I'm like, we got a lot of seniors, and I kind of want to get them ready. When you play on the road, it's just tougher. I mean, you got to be ready.
And it also gets some looks from different people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so they'll get looks, and that's always good.
Yeah, the Grosse Pointe South tournament's good too. That one's it's structured like the Grand Rapids tournament where, there's going to be a championship at the end of that one as well. So there's a couple things to play for outside of the MAC and regional, which I kind of wanted to because we focus so much on winning the MAC and the region, and that's obviously like our first priority. But having the Grand Rapids tournament, having the Grosse Pointe South Invitational tournament, like that's other chances to get some hardware and kind of build some momentum off of without it just being, if you lose a couple games in the MAC, you're out of contention now, then you just move the page to the regional. I wanted to have a couple different things to play for this year. And, with the seniors I got, and I know the talent that I got, I think that, these guys can definitely achieve, a couple of these things.
That probably excites them to do this. I mean, they probably, if they don't like a challenge, you probably don't want them on your team.
Oh, yeah. No.
The good thing is, though, you guys have the MAC championships at Suburban, right?
Yeah. The MAC championships at Suburban, and then I'm pretty sure the regional, like last year, will go through Suburban. So, hey, we protect our home ice very well. We're very confident on it. We skate 3 times a week on it. I expect nothing less. I expect us to go out there and, compete hard for the MAC and the region when it comes down to the end of the year. So I know we will.
Okay. Well, we're going to be back to talk to some of those players right after this.
Before we continue, here on the Romeo Sports Recap Show, a word from our sponsors.
This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and can even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. That's mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. Now back to the show. And welcome back to the Romeo Sports Recap Show. I'm here with a couple of Romeo hockey players. I got Lincoln Lipasek and Drew Basha. Gentlemen, you guys are on the team again this year.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference, Lincoln, from last year to this year?
I would say that we definitely did lose some talent up front, especially having like Sandro. He was a big part, and Spencer. But I think that gives a lot of the younger kids an opportunity to step up. And on defense, we did lose a couple key players like Cole and Nick, and I think we're still trying to figure out, who we got back there this year. But we have some strong kids that are young, and that'll be good. So.
And Drew, to Lincoln's point, does that give you guys bigger roles?
It does. Like you said, we lost a lot of defense, a lot of strong forward, Sandro. We also lost Cameron Cyrus in that, which was
goaltender.
He played a big role in that. Just following up on what he said.
Mm-hmm. And so far this year, you guys have been pretty successful. What do you kind of attribute that to?
I would say that I think it was good, to our coach's point, for us to go up there and travel and play those tough teams, because I would say that both teams that we played in the first 2 games are better than the last 2 teams we've played. So I would say it's good to play those harder teams, and then you come down and you play a couple of MAC teams that maybe aren't as good, But I would say that I never had any doubt, even after we lost those first 2, I never had any doubt that we were gonna have a bad season or anything like that. I knew we'd come back strong, winning these 2 games on home ice.
Yeah, now Drew, you heard Coach earlier in his interview. I mean, you don't have many home games. I mean,
no, we don't.
Going on the road, playing a team that maybe you really know much about. I mean, what goes through your mind when you step on the ice for warm-ups? Are you looking at the other guys on the other side, sizing them up?
I mean, yeah, we're just
coming out first on the ice, I like to look and see what I got going on, see if they're making good passes, if they're, if the goalie's good moving around, so I can, figure out how to score, or pass, or a quick play later in the game.
Yeah. And Lincoln, what goes through your mind when you're out there on the road and you've never seen this team before and you're getting out on the ice for warm-ups? What are you thinking?
I would say just sticking to our game plan is the biggest thing. Playing Romeo hockey, I think, is a big thing, and not getting off track by, if they have, a student section, or if they have just a lot of people there, refs making some bad calls. Not getting off track is really important, especially when you're on the road, playing on their team that you don't know.
Keep it focused. And
Yeah.
I guess my other question is, it's not really a question. This is an observation. I watched you guys Saturday night against Utica Fraser Unified. We just call them Utica just to keep it short.
Yeah.
But I noticed your team, a lot of guys didn't try to take the puck. There was a lot of passing going on. You guys looked for the open man. Is that something that you guys worked on before the season, or you just
we worked on a lot of stretch plays, using a lot of the ice, across the ice where it's open, looking for the open guy. We also focus a lot on hard forecheck, two guys finding the zone, one take the puck, one take the body, and then leaving one guy high. We work on that a lot.
Yeah, it looks like you've also moved Noah Sarge back to really defense.
Yeah.
He was playing a little forward last year, but he made some nice rushes in that game, and it looks like he's feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
Sort of taking over that defensive leadership role.
Yeah, that's kind of the type of player he is. He's kind of like an offensive defenseman, where he takes the rushes up the ice, but he's good about getting back, and staying back there.
So, you have your brother playing on the team.
Mm-hmm.
When you were little kids, did you make him play goalie?
No, I don't know. We both started out as player, around 3 years old. We always used to shoot, and I'm like, why don't you go in there and have me shoot on you instead? And he liked that. He liked that better, so he stuck with it until he didn't like it. So
So your shot got harder.
Yeah. He's taking the role in the backup goalie. We just gotta find him some pads if Lanny gets hurt.
Yeah, played against sports, right? You probably go down there and make sure you get him a cup too. It's important. You want to get him dinged in the ding.
No.
But hey, who's the fastest guy on the team? Who do you think is the fastest skater? You guys got it.
I don't know. It's got to be close. There's a lot of guys.
We have a really quick team.
Yeah, there's
really
a lot
quick.
of guys that are really fast. I could give you a top 5. I would say is Noah. Julian's really fast when he turns down the jets. I'd say both of us two are probably up there.
And
I'd say.
Laporte.
Yeah, Laporte.
Joey Laporte.
Joey Laporte.
He did not play on Saturday, but he's going to be back, right?
Yeah, he just got cleared actually last weekend.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, so he's a pretty quick player. I know that for sure.
Yeah, we just can't stop.
Why do you like playing hockey?
Because
you're a lacrosse player too. Right?
Yeah.
You play lacrosse.
Yeah, I
right?
used to play lacrosse.
Yeah. Why do you like hockey?
I really don't know what drew me to it. My parents had originally tried to get me into hockey around I think 2 or 3 years old, and I didn't want to do it. And then I was I think I was about 7, and I was like, you know what, I want to give it a try. And so I started playing then, and I think that that I do like the physical aspect of the game. That and lacrosse, you're physical in those, and just you're working hard all the time. You're very close with your teammates in both sports, and especially hockey. I see these guys every day. So. Yeah, I've always kind of liked the sport, at least, when I started getting into it, so.
Okay, I want you to smile. No, with your teeth. Are those your original teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why do you like hockey, Drew? Other than you could shoot at your brother.
Yeah, well, growing up, I have 4 brothers and 1 sister that all play travel hockey, and me and Dill are the youngest in our family, so we wanted to play. We wanted to join. Well, me and Dill wanted to join skating with back on the pond around this time when the pond freezes in
Yeah.
our backyard, we just put on our skates and they will teach us how to play. I also like hockey because it's fast. It's really fast. Like hand-eye coordination needs to be on. Like quick plays and all that. I like it. It's really fast. I like fast.
Have you ever been down to a Red Wings game and sit like closer to the ice and see how fast it is?
Yeah,
there?
it's crazy.
Is that something that's kind of like blows your mind?
Yeah. Well, normally like I sit like way up top and then you go like or sit like way down. It's
Walk down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've sat down there many times where you could hear the players talking, yelling at each other and stuff, and guys just turning around and they're at a spot, and all of a sudden they don't even know this. They feel the puck on this stick. You know, it's very, very different. So, okay, we're gonna play a little game here. Okay. Your hockey knowledge, your hockey history.
Oh no.
Okay, so I'm gonna say a player's name, and you tell me if you know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me start with. Everybody knows Mickey Redmond, right? But you know, from the Red Wings broadcast. But if we go back, do you know Bobby Orr?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No. Do you know Gordie Howe?
Yeah.
Okay. John Ogrodnik.
No.
You know Stevie Eiserman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Do you know? What's the guy's name though? No, I don't even know it. I can't even think of it. You know Bob Probert?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know?
I don't know a lot of history of hockey. I just like playing it.
You know Phil Esposito?
No.
Yeah.
He's studying.
You can.
Okay. How about Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone knows Wayne.
Yeah.
But what about Mark Messier?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
You're going to fail these tests.
I
Huh?
know.
Boris Salming?
No.
Okay. That's enough hockey quiz. I watched tape of old hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I think I'm old. But I like to see the game. Two reasons I watch it. I like to see the game, how it's developed.
Yeah.
And I also like to hear the broadcasters in case I ever get back doing play-by-play for hockey. But I find it fascinating all the way through the years. And I think the broadcasters of today, as compared to last year, and I'm rambling now, but as compared to today and yesteryear, I would say the guys back then kept it pretty simple. The guys today, it's like they want to be an entertainer,
Right.
you know, and they're throwing stuff out there. They just call the game. Who's the best player that you like in the NHL today?
Anna Bernard.
I would say that I've grown up a Blackhawks fan. My dad's from Chicago, so I've always liked the Chicago sports. And even though he plays for the Wings now, Patrick Kane, he was always kind of like my hockey idol growing up.
Good player.
It was always super fun watching him. You didn't know if he was going to make, a crazy shot on goal, and score, or, make a backdoor pass where he's not even looking. So it was always fun watching him.
Yeah, he's a very exciting player, very quick.
Yeah.
What do you guys do when you're not playing hockey? When hockey season's over with? I mean, I know lacrosse and stuff, but that's not really I think your main sport, right? So, what do you guys like to do when you're not practicing or playing sports?
I like to golf a lot. A lot of hockey players like to golf. I also like just like working out just all the time, eating good, and so I'm ready for like the hockey season. I like to improve.
So do you watch film or anything?
Yeah, all
like
the
that?
time.
All the time.
All the Mitt TVs. I just keep on.
Yeah, that's why it's nice having you guys are playing games, so you always watch them.
Bless you, boys. Bless you. No, it's. I think it's fascinating why I'm doing this. It's fascinating to hear everybody's story, no matter what sport they're playing, and some of them have been very successfully in the state champions in the girls cross country. The swimmers, their medley went to a relay or states, I think. I mean, even the volleyball went farther than they ever went, and girls soccer is very difficult for me to watch because if I go down there and watch them, I'm at the stadium, and man, I tell you what, I thought you guys were mean and tough and football players mean. You should see the war face on some of these girls who are so sweet as pie when they're on the show. But man, look at them in a game; they got a war face on. Man, I wouldn't want to go out there and get kicked all over the place, you know. But no, that's good that you guys appreciate the other team sports.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I wish you guys most success this season. We'll be out again. We'll be doing some highlights. Maybe a couple times you can come back and when we do the highlights and maybe sit in on. Coach might send you. So anyway, thanks a lot for
Thank you
coming.
for having me.
Now we're going to take a look at some of the highlights from Saturday night's game, the previous Saturday against Utica Fraser Unified, right after this.
Before we continue, here on the Romeo Sports Recap Show, a word from our sponsors.
This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and can even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. That's mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. Now back to the show. And welcome back to the Romeo Sports Recap Show. I'm here with Romeo varsity hockey coach Matt Burke. And Matt, you played a pretty good game Saturday night against Utica Fraser Unified. We'll call them Utica for all intents and purposes. And we got some highlights we want to take a look at. We want to look at the first one is 243. Okay. And that's a Romeo. You guys put on all kinds of pressure there early on in that game.
Yeah, we you know what, we had a pretty complete game. We were forechecking good. We were getting shots to the net. You know, we were finishing pretty well. I think their goalie though made.
He was phenomenal.
He was
without him, it would have been 15-0.
Oh,
I mean,
I think he made at least 50-something saves that game, so he played really well. But we figured him out eventually. You know, just kind of start throwing more stuff to the net.
And at highlight 410, again, pressure by Romeo, getting to loose pucks, buzzing in the Utica end.
Yeah.
410. There it is.
Yeah, that's just, you know, Drew using his speed right there, you know, being hungry.
But you're getting all the loose pucks, and that's a...
Yeah, we did. We had energy. We had a lot of energy. You know, we were forechecking hard. We were moving the puck well. Yeah, a lot of it was just, I mean, it was constant pressure on...
Your shots on the point were getting on the net, and then we go to 13-23. You're still buzzing around. I mean...
There's Kuzi, you get it to the net, and
you know, like you say, their goalie was a stopper there, and you know
he played well. We had to try to get him to move side to side a little better. I feel like we were just throwing a lot of stuff at the net, but he played well. I mean, I gotta give it to him. You know, I mean, he had a. I think this is just the
15:35.
This the Utica goal.
Yeah, this is one here. It looks like they picked up on a mistake. You guys...
There's our captain right there, and that was...
You're right to him, and...
Yeah, that was...
Or Landon didn't have a chance in that one.
That was a tough one. You know, that was a little breakdown. That wasn't, you know, that wasn't just Drew's fault. That was the defense, you know. You can't have... You got to make sure that, like, you know, you're behind the forward. I don't want the last guy back with the puck, and...
It's a good effort here by Dylan Basha here, and...
Yeah, no, Dylan's great. Dylan's got one of the better sticks on our team. When he kills penalties, and you can just see right there that little play. It's like he's got really good.
Looks a little like Connor McDavid there, you know. That one. And then we go to 18:36, and here's a scoring opportunity for Lincoln.
Yeah, no, Lincoln had a great game. Thought he played really well. He was, you know, throwing stuff at the net. I think he had a couple this game too. I think he had at least one, probably two.
So he gets on 20:58. Lincoln gets tossed out of the faceoff circle. Dylan takes the draw, but it's so important that you stay alert and Landon does that in goal as he makes a save here. Boom, guy shoots it right there.
Yeah.
He did a good job making a save.
Landon did a good job. That first one, the kid was in all alone, but I thought that he made some big saves for us where we could have gave Utica a little more momentum, and he kind of just shut the door on him. And as soon as we started breaking through on the goalie, we knew as soon as we get one, we get two, we get three. So we just had to keep fighting.
So 24-25. It's under a minute to play in the period. All the hard work pays off. Caleb Kuzmano's shot from the blue line is tipped in by Brody Meyer.
Yeah, no, Brody's got probably one of the better hands on the team as well. That's a big goal. When you score with a minute left, it kind of, that was a tough one because Utica had played a decent period. They're up 1-0, and to go into the room 1-0 is a lot different than going into the room 1-1. So that was a big goal for us. Kind of just said, hey, it's 1-1 now. Let's go back like it's 0-0. Play hard in the second. So we fought to draw the period.
Well, at 28-16, Romeo takes the lead on the goal by Lincoln again, and assisted by Brody Meyer, makes it 2-1. $28-16, I think it was. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you just got two guys battling. We did a good job of battling all the game. We really did. I was really proud of the way we were forechecking.
Makes a little bit of a move there.
Yeah, just get in front of the net, banging in the rebound. The goalie, he was making saves, but he was letting some rebounds up too that we had to take advantage of, and Lincoln did a good job there, putting himself in a good spot in front of the net.
In 33-46, we showed you guys losing a face-off, but here's how important it is to win when Volpe gets a good shot on goal.
Yeah. No, our D, like you said, our D were getting the pucks through. Like they were finding a way to the net, and that's and then we were just crashing the net, trying to get screens and tip-ins and rebounds.
And on 36-06, you see another giveaway in your end, but Landon comes up big.
Yeah. No, I remember this one. This was... What is it 2-1 right now at this point?
Yes.
Is it yeah, so that goes in, and it's a different dynamic of the game. So I remember talking to, I think that might have been Chase that did it, but that was a huge save. That save was absolutely massive. So
as we go to 36-30, Drew Bosch is a little physical here.
Yeah, that's Drew. He'll put you, on your can. He will. He can do that.
Better keep your heads up, right?
You gotta keep your head up with both Bosches. They'll go through you.
36-43. He's at it again. Yeah, so it's fine to see those toys.
I see him do that a few times now, and he's dangerous. He can score, he can snipe you, and he can, sit you down too. So
that's probably the best that goalie could do with a game like that, is just smother the puck.
Yeah, right now, 10 minutes left, 2-1 though. It's still, we're still not comfortable, and we're against a goalie who's probably made at this point like 30-something saves. So we've got to keep going.
36-43. That's 43. There you go. This is
just a hit. This is a hit.
I'm gonna see it again. Just okay. Sorry. Now we go to the next one after that.
I got to put the big hits on my film because when I do film sessions, it's a little different, but I kind of like seeing the hits on there.
Still 2-1. We go to 52-50. And this is Drew's goal from Volpe and Degenfelder. Make it 3-1. Did they show the goal?
They used to pack it up probably like.
We have to back
10,
it up a little bit.
like
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe I messed up there. Here it is. Gets his own rebound,
Yeah.
puts it in.
Oh no, wait, that was.
There's a Volpe shot. There it is.
Yeah.
Right there.
No, that was a good play. I mean, Drew, he has a nose for that. I mean, he's a goal scorer, and that's what they do, man. They score goals.
The period ended 3-1, and we go into the third period, and at 56-12, we get a nice rush by Noah, but then he takes a penalty at the end. But he looks like he's on his way. Tries to go around the net and then gets taken away from him, and the guy tips it, and down he goes. And I did not see that his stick tripped the guy, but anyway, I think that was the first penalty of the game, actually.
Yeah, no, the first two periods there was no penalties, so I
Yeah.
think that was the first one. And it wasn't much, but you know what? It's that's what happens. You gotta just fight through it. The refs they're human too. They get different vantage points than us. They see different stuff.
So at a minute 35, Chris Buckett makes a nice play, and then he results in a 2-on-1. And we thought he was going to pass it over, but he elected to take the shot. A good save by their goalie again.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pass it too. I mean, that was a great save, because I wasn't expecting him to try going bar down right there. And the goalie, when you have a 2-on-1, you gotta kind of expect maybe it's going to pass, and you ripped it. That was a great save by the Utica tender.
And at 103:40, Romeo scores again. Lincoln scores this one, and
this is the power play. Yeah, this is what we.
This is from Brody
working.
Meyer. Yes, boom.
Yeah.
Made no mistake about that. It looked like who's the guy that plays with Edmonton with Connor McDavid, the other Draisaitl.
Yeah.
Looked like one of his goals.
Yeah, no, that was a nice. I think that was our only power play of the game, but that was. It's nice to execute when you only get one a game and you score it. And I mean, that's 100% execute it.
Yeah,
We work on it in practice.
Well, it should be mentioned too that you guys killed off. You were down 2 men and killed off that for well over a minute, and I mean they couldn't penetrate. It seemed like I don't know what the problem was, but they couldn't get the puck in, and as soon as you got it on your stick, it was down the ice.
Yeah, no, we did a really good job in that 5-on-3 kill.
And at 1:15:44, Noah Sarich is on a rush again and gets a good shot off. Brody Meyer gets the rebound and deposits it in the back of the net.
Yep.
And that made it 5-1, and that's where it stood. You guys beat them 5-1, and now you got this weekend coming up with Keith's tournament.
Yeah, no, I was proud of the game. I mean, like you said, we probably could have got more goals up there, but I looked at the work ethic. Though we were working hard. We were forechecking hard. We played the whole game, complete game, killed that 5-on-3, like you said. So.
Yes, that was a excellent thing. Like I said, my observation was that you guys really passed the puck a lot better. I mean, guys that knew their ability, and made sure they got rid of it or to somebody, and so we'll be out there this weekend and we'll take a look at it, and then maybe next Tuesday. One of the guys can come and we can go through the highlights again. And
that'd be cool. Yeah, no, I probably got a list of guys that want to come. Like I said, I have 10 seniors. I want to try to get as many as they.
We can send a couple more next week, and they can also go through the highlights with me here.
Yeah, that'd
be
cool.
Well, I appreciate you being on the show, Matt, and I wish you the best of luck, especially this weekend and throughout the season.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here on the Romeo Sports Recap. For the Mitt TV, I'm Tim Meyer. We'll see you next time, right here on the Romeo Sports Recap.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to this episode of the Romeo Sports Recap Show, powered by the Mitt TV. Remember, this show is available on both YouTube and Spotify. You can subscribe to the Mitt TV YouTube page and click the notification bell to stay up to date on the latest episodes of the Romeo Sports Recap. Or you can find us on Spotify and follow our podcast, Romeo Sports Recap. From the Mitt TV, I'm Tim Meyer, signing off with a final word from our sponsors.
This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and can even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. That's mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com.